Welcome to American Nightmares. Hey, horror fiends, welcome back to American Nightmares, where we dive deep into the darkest, most gut-wrenching true crime tales from America's shadows. Tonight, we're heading to a quiet Utah suburb in 2014, where a routine domestic call led cops to a house of unspeakable horror. Megan Huntsman, a seemingly normal woman, hid a secret so twisted it chilled the nation. 7 dead newborns, buried in the backyard, victims of her own hands. This ain't just a story, it's a true horror that shows how evil can hide behind a smile. Smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and share your own creepy true crime thoughts in the comments. Lock the doors, and let's uncover the nightmare. It was April 12, 2014, and in the quiet suburbs of Pleasant Grove, Utah, the night was like any other. Kids tucked in, lights flickering off, the distant hum of a highway, the only sound breaking the peace. Darren Huntsman, a 39-year-old welder with a broad build and a tired smile, was driving home from a long shift at the steel mill, his hands still smudging with grease from the day's grind. Darren was the good guy type, hardworking, devoted to his wife Megan and their 6-year-old daughter. He'd met Megan 10 years back at a church social, fallen for her quiet charm, her way of making him feel like the king of the world with a simple hug. Their house on a tree-lined street was the American dream. 2-car garage, white picket fence, the kind of place where neighbors waved and kids played ball in the yard. But that night, Darren's phone buzzed as he pulled into the driveway, a text from Megan. "Come home now. Trouble." His heart skipped, thoughts racing to his daughter, to Megan's health. She'd been off lately, tired, distant, but he chalked it up to stress. He bolted inside, the door creaking open to a dark living room, the TV muttering some late-night infomercial. "Megan," he called, his voice echoing off the walls. No answer, but the air felt wrong, heavy, like the house was holding its breath. He flicked on the kitchen light, and there she was, Megan, 35, sitting at the table, her face pale as milk, hands wringing a dish towel, her eyes red from crying. "Darren," she whispered, voice cracking, "I did something awful." Darren's stomach dropped. He'd seen Megan cry before, over bills, over her dad's passing, but this was different, like she'd seen the devil himself. "What happened?" he asked, kneeling beside her, his rough hands on hers. She pulled away, her face crumpling. "The babies. I couldn't." Her words trailed off into sobs, and Darren's mind reeled. Babies? They talked about kids, but she'd miscarried twice and they'd stopped trying. "What babies, Meg? Talk to me." She rocked, whispering. "I killed them. All of them. In the backyard." Darren froze, the room spinning. "What the hell are you talking about?" He grabbed her shoulders, shaking her gentle. "Megan, you're scaring me." She broke then, the words tumbling out like a dam bursting. "They were mine, Darren, from before us. I hid 'em, born in secret, in the garage when we were dating. I couldn't keep 'em, couldn't tell you, so I—" She choked, pointing to the back door. Darren's world shattered. He stumbled outside, the backyard a patch of grass under a single floodlight, and there, under the shed, he saw it, a pile of plastic bags, lumpy, buried shallow in the dirt. He tore one open, and the smell hit him, rotten flesh, small, like a rat, but worse. Inside, a tiny skeleton, no bigger than his hand, wrapped in a towel, the bones brittle and yellowed. He retched, falling to his knees, counting 1, 2, 3, 7 bags, 7 little horrors. Darren called 911, his voice breaking. "My wife, she's confessing to murdering babies. Send someone." The dispatcher was calm. "Sir, stay on the line. Units en route." But Darren couldn't stay. He ran back inside, holding Megan, who rocked, whispering, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." The cops arrived 10 minutes later, 2 uniforms with flashlights, faces going pale when Darren led him to the backyard. "Jesus Christ," one muttered, gloving up, digging careful. The bags were old, some from years back, the bodies in various stages, some mummified, skin leathery, others bones only, all newborn, all strangled or smothered, no bigger than kittens. Megan confessed everything: born in secret, hid in the garage, killed when she couldn't cope, buried in the backyard, the guilt eaten her alive. Darren was devastated, his love for her crashing into horror. "Why didn't you tell me?" he sobbed. But Megan just shook her head. "I couldn't. I was ashamed." The cops arrested her, reading her rights. The neighbor watching from across the street, jaws dropped. The backyard became a crime scene, forensics digging up the 7 bodies, each tiny coffin of plastic and dirt, the horror unfolding in the floodlights. LAPD's Homicide Division took over, Detective Maria Lopez leading the charge. Lopez was a vet, short, no nonsense, with a gut for when something was rotten. She interviewed Darren first, the poor guy a wreck, sitting in the station, hands shaking. "We were happy, I swear. She never said a word about babies." Lopez nodded, but her mind raced. 7 newborns, over 10 years, hidden like trash. Megan's interview was cold, calm, almost detached, reciting facts like reading a grocery list. "I gave birth in the garage alone. They cried too much. I smothered them with a towel, buried them under the shed. Couldn't tell Darren he'd leave me." Lopez dug deep. Megan's past was clean. No priors, church-going, PTA mom. But neighbors whispered. Jade from next door said Megan was off, always alone, never pregnant, but something was wrong. The autopsies confirmed. All female, full term, strangled or suffocated, no DNA matches for fathers. Megan claimed they were Darren's, but he denied it. Heartbroken. "I loved her. How could she hide this?" Forensics dated the bodies, one from 2003, the oldest, to 2014, the youngest, born days before the call. The media exploded. CNN, Fox, the LA Times screaming, "House of Horrors mom." Megan's face, plain, mom next door, became the poster for evil. The Lambs, from prior, weren't involved, but the story echoed Elisa Lamb's mystery, the Cecil's curse feeling like a parallel. Lopez pushed for murder charges, but Megan's lawyer cried mental illness, postpartum psychosis, untreated. Psych eval showed depression, but no psychosis. The DA charged her with 7 counts of first-degree murder, the trial set for 2015. The trial was a circus. Megan in orange, face blank, Darren testifying, tears streaming. "She was my world," he said. "How could she do this?" The prosecution painted her as a monster, hiding pregnancies under loose clothes, birthing in secret, killing to keep her life intact. The defense blamed the town, isolated, judgmental, no support for moms. But the evidence was damning. Bodies in bags, towels with DNA matching Megan's skin. The jury deliberated 3 days, returning guilty on all counts. Megan got life, no parole, her daughter taken by the state. But the horror didn't end. Darren became a recluse, the house torn down, the backyard a scar. Neighbors moved, the suburb whispering of the horror house. Lopez, haunted, kept the case file, noting a spiral claw symbol from prior stories, scratched on a shovel found in the shed. Unexplained, like the curse followed. In 2016, a new family moved nearby, and a baby cried at night, never seen. The story lingers. Evil in suburbia, hiding in plain sight. Megan's in prison, her face in headlines, but Darren visits, still loving her, or the woman he knew. The daughter grew up, no memory of the horror. The backyard's empty, but locals swear the soil's cursed, babies crying in the wind. It's in the house, they say, and it's still hungry. Elisa Lamb's story echoes Megan's, the Cecil's curse, the hidden evil. But in Pleasant Grove, it's real and it's waiting. Horror fiends, that backyard just buried your soul. This true American Nightmares tale of Megan Huntsman's 2014 House of Horrors, 7 babies smothered and hidden, a family shattered, proves evil hides in plain sight. That twist, the curse lingers in the soil, got you shook? Smash that like button and subscribe to American Nightmares for more true terrors. Got a creepy true crime story of your own? Spill it in the comments. We're dying to hear. Hit the bell to catch every scare and share this video to spread the fright. Until the next dig uncovers more, keep your backyard close and your courage closer. This is American Nightmares, fading into the dark. Stay haunted.